our series of webcasts on the estate planning process. In this session, we're doing part 3 of planning for the distribution of your estate. In this, I want to talk a little bit about the distinction between a will and a revocable trust. As many of you know, distribution of estate, the common document is a will. Last will and testament is the document you say, look, if something happens to me, this is where I want my stuff to go, outright to my spouse or in trust for my kids. Whatever you're trying to do, you can do it with a will. And a will, for the most part, depending on the circumstances and how assets are owned, that process of distributing the estates has to go through a court process. We call it probate. It's the administration overseen by a surrogate's court in a county where the person passed away. Some folks, particularly folks in states where the probate process, or areas of the state where the probate process might be a little more detailed and involved and costly, are concerned about that and say, geez, is there any way I can avoid that? And one way to avoid it is with a revocable trust plan. A revocable or revocable trust is a lifetime trust, often called a living trust. It's a trust you create right now. You actually fund that trust. What's that mean? You actually transfer your stuff into that trust. You got a house in your name, you're going to transfer the title by deed into the revocable trust. Bank accounts, investment accounts, they're all going to be titled in the Finn family revocable trust or the Marty Finn revocable trust, whatever you want to call it. It's actually funded today. So your trust owns everything. Why would you do that? Well, now something happens to me. My property just passes by virtue of the trust document. I don't have to, my family doesn't have to go through probate or surrogate's court to manage that. So it's a probate avoidance technique. It's an involved process because not only is it a more involved document than a will, but it also involves transferring assets today. So you got to go through that whole process to get the full benefit of a revocable trust. Has a lot of other ancillary benefits. Ancillary probate. Some folks that have property up here, a residence up here, but also own a home in Florida or a ski chalet in Vermont, they've got probate in 3 different states potentially. We're going to recommend a revocable trust to avoid probate in those other states. Asset management, you can have a trustee named who can manage your assets. Some folks do it because of privacy. They don't like the public probate process and they want to avoid that with a revocable trust. So that's a part of our discussion with you, which makes the most sense based on your circumstances. Most cases it's a will, but in certain cases a revocable trust might make some sense.